Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. I got ghosts in the house. No, I don't. Um, Welcome to Medora Brunches. I like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future, family, and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is Thursday, November the 27th. Happy anniversary. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and happy birthday to me. And happy birthday to my beanie baby, as well, my grandson who was born on my birthday. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I think you guys will probably see this video on Saturday because I do have a YNAB video to get out on Friday. But I thought it would be kind of cool on my birthday to really do a flip through of my CP Petitte as my EDC, my everyday carry. So that is what we are here to do today. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. We've already eaten. We've cleaned up everything. We've been watching football. So I decided to squirrel away for a minute being asleep. And I said, you know what? This is as good a time as any to make this video. So not only do I want to talk through the CP Petitte, I also want to talk through my accessories that I take with me everywhere I go. So these two things are a package deal. They are coupled together, okay? Inside of here is where I house those things that I need from a planning perspective. Now, with an EDC, my everyday carry, I needed it to be mobile. I wanted to try something a little smaller. My thought is to turn this into my catch-all, which would mean it houses everything. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I don't think it's large enough to capture everything that I need, but it is capturing most of the things that I need, which is cool. I am going to do some type of not unboxing, but like a flip through, or how I set up my 2026 lineup for my planners, because I will be using this B6, it turns out. But at the end of the day, for right now, this can handle the majority of the things that we have, and so I am using that. So it is a CP Petitte, and it is housed within a Moterm A6 journal cover. That's where these little tassels come from. Most people cut them out. I decided to keep them. I think it gives it character. So I'm going to keep those in there. But let's talk about the accessories first. So these are the things that I take with me everywhere I go, especially when I travel, so that I have them available for when I need them with the CP Petitte. This is a plain tape runner that I have. Honestly, I use this the majority of the time. I use this here at my desk. But I do take it with me just in case. What I use more often than not is the whiteout strip, which I have, big whiteout strip. So I definitely take that. I have two pens that I take along with me as well. Both of these pens came from a cloth and paper subscription, different boxes. And the majority of my inserts come from cloth and paper as well. We'll get into that in a second. So this one is a Sarasa, there you go, 0.5 pen. Again, came from cloth and paper, and I have it, it's loaded with black ink, and I have it because both of the fountain pens that I use have black ink as well. So if those fountain pens run out, or I'm not paying attention, or they're dried up, etc., I will have this available for me to use. Let me put that on the outside. This is a Pentel, and it's like an artistic pen almost. It's black ink, but if you look at the tip, it almost looks the way that it does if you draw or you do calligraphy or something like that, I think. At the end of the day, I love it. Love the pen. Although I did get one in cloth and paper's subscription box, I actually used that one up, just didn't have any more ink in it. So I actually went in and found a dupe on Amazon, and that's what you're seeing here. So this is the Pentel, the second round for that one. I love that pen. I also have a mild liner in a taupe color, I guess you could say. Had this for a while. Most of this stuff is rubbed off on it, but I do keep a highlighter in here as well. And I keep a pair of tweezers for me to use for stickers sometimes also. And then I have some little pins in here, or clips that Sweets got me a long time ago when I was in a happy planner, and years and years ago. I still have a few of them left, so I threw those in there as well. So those are the only things that I have in my accessories bag. I wanted to keep it small enough to fit into any purse that I have to carry around, and so this works out. And although I do use a lot of stickers, I still would consider myself more of a functional planner, and this is all I need. That's enough. Don't need anything else. All right, so here's the CP Petite. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, what you see here for, I'm going to try and get a thumbnail real quick and see if that works. I think that will work. Let me move it over to the side just in case I decide to put the words over here on this side. All right, so what do we have in here? First, in this particular pocket, I have a stencil, and that came from a cloth and paper subscription box. Do I have something on there? Here you go, a cloth and paper subscription box. I also have a sheet. Now these sheets, and you'll see a few other ones that look very similar to this in my planner. These were included along with a sticker order that I got from Amazon, and I just cut it down a little smaller, so just so that it could fit over the page. And I'm kind of using this as a pencil board because sometimes, because I use fountain pens, and sometimes that ink will come out kind of juicy, kind of thick. I want to use that and put that on top of it so it won't bleed over everything or smear. Let me take this off. All right, we'll put that in here. This is a pencil loop. This pencil loop I purchased, I'm almost positive I got it from Amazon, and it was with the Passport Traveler's notebook that I used to carry around as my everyday carry, as my EDC. I am repurposing it and using it now. I also wanted to have got 2 pens in here. Both of them are fountain pens. Here they go. Nice little combination. Oh, they look good together, don't they, y'all? So this one is a very extra fine nib. It's the Hongdian M2 in the bronze. Let me twist that out. It's got a black nib on there. Again, extra fine. Loaded with the black ink from the same company. There you go. And I use this when I need, when I have smaller lines and I need to document something down. It fits real nicely into this pin loop, and so I was able to put that inside of here and actually have that for an extra pin. I'm gonna sit it up there for right now. The other pen that I have is my recent purchase as far as a fountain pen is concerned. This is a Schaefer or a Schaefer. I got it from the Goulet Pen Company. It is a fine nib. It is a cutie patootie. Look at that. It's almost like a bronze or a mocha or a rose gold kind of color. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful as far as the nib is concerned. And so I have this now and loaded here. And I stick it right over here, and I have it with me all the time. I love it. It just matches everything so nicely. I also have these 1.25-inch tortoise, if I'm not mistaken, disc from Cloth and Paper, but I do have some, it's called like a mocha bronze, if I'm not mistaken, disc at a 1.2 inch as well coming in. I think it will match a little bit better with what I have going on here. So we'll see when we put those in. You guys will be able to tell because you'll see it on the video. Here I've got a mini clip from Cloth and Paper. I also have my accountability partner. She has been with me since I started to plan. I have no idea which Etsy shop I got her from. It was years ago. I don't even have that Etsy account anymore. I have a different one. Or I would let you guys know. She always looks like she's saying to me, hey girl, what you up to? But she follows with me or comes with me wherever I go and is in all of my planners. Just love her. Behind her, I think this came from Crafted Design Co. It's a mood board, like a journal card. And I love it because this flower sits over to her right. Just like that, and it's cute. I've got some more page flags or clips that are listed there. And then in this top pocket, I've got a couple of motivational cards. I think I cut these down. I know I cut this one down. I'm not sure if I cut this one down or not. So this one says, believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside of you that is greater than any obstacle. Love that. I've got my Lawn Lady card. I have $3 off the next pedicure me and Sweets go and get. And then this other one, dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people. This one may have come from the same person or the same company or same page or Etsy shop. I think it was Crafted Design Co., but I could be wrong. All right, so the reason why I have all of these packed up together like this is to make it a little bit thicker. That way this goes on top of it and it's thick enough where, there you go, this pin loop won't move or shift, and make sure that that stays in very secure up there at the top. And I love it because when I am out and about, he just sits up there like that. Now, this is a she, but that's a he. I don't know why, but it is. All right, so there you go. That is this side. Oh, wait. I've got some Post-its that I have stuck in here, and I will use that sometimes. I also have, stick those back. I also have some stickers as well. So when I get close to getting finished with a sheet, maybe I used it in a larger planner that I have, and I've just got a few little things left, I will usually cut around it or cut it down and then stick it here and then try to use them up in my daily inserts as much as I can in the CP Petitte. So these right here, these 3 came from the Paper Studio. That's from Hobby Lobby. These I think came from Mandy Lynn Plans. Yes, these, and these. Let's put them all together. These all came from Mandy Lynn Plans right here. She gave me some more too, I think. Yeah. Were these? Maybe those 2 were Mandy Lynn Plans. So we got those. We have a couple of little small sheets from Sterling Ink as well. We have some from Studio Bliss Co. Those and this. And then these, that's Mandy Lynn Plans as well. And these came from Libby Stickers. And I think those came with an order from Amazon. All right. So let's stick those back in here. And that's because that's down low. Stick those in and then put that back. All right, because this also goes long enough where it kind of holds those in place, which I really, really like. All right, in this back pocket back here, we do have some stickers that we got from Cloth and Paper, and I keep forgetting about them, but I definitely need to try and use them. I'm going to use this just so that I have a background on it. So these are fingerprint dot stickers. They are transparent. There you go. We've got some torn strip stickers right there and there. So I have 2 of those. Let's put those together. And then we have some square sticker samples here, transparent, that and those. And then I have some filet sticker samples right here. And then I have some large dewdrops, the mocha beige as well. Now these came from Crafted Design Co. These are from Cloth and Paper. All right, and there you go. Thank you, Traveler's Notebook. And let's stick those back here. All right, talked about the pins, talked about this side. Let's go to the back. And in the back, we have a couple more of the clips. These came, I think they're called Half Moon or something like that, and they came in a Cloth and Paper subscription box. You probably notice a theme. This up here is goals. This is what I think me and Sweets are going to look like, y'all. When we get older, we're going to be fierce, honey. Yes. All right. And then this. So this came from the company that I used to have when I was designing jewelry, Family of Gems. And I love it for Family of Gems, but I really love it because of the message that I have on back here. So I was going to work at one of the voting locations one year, one election year. I'm one of the voting officials or polling location officials. And so my youngest said she wanted to pack my lunch. So I was like, cool, that's great. Because we really can't leave away from the center. We get 30 minutes, but we have to stay at the location. With that said, she included this note just telling me how much she appreciates me, how she tells everyone how strong and goal-oriented I am, and how much she wants to be like me and how much she loves me. So this is definitely motivation for me. So I keep it stuck here because it's always cool to pull that out and to get a little motivation. This planner is housed by, I took the fluted dashboard out. I had one of those in here from Cloth and Paper, but it took up too much space and I was having a difficulty buttoning this up. And so I just have the plastic in the front and the back. And the back one is stuck inside of one of the pockets just to make sure it stays in secure. And then you have this front one here. I have a dashboard here from Crafted Design Co. It says possibilities, and that's what that door looked like to me. I just love this so much. I love the colors, of course. That's kind of my aesthetic. But I also love what this symbolizes. It's a door there. Open it. You never know what possibilities are going to be there. I feel like I've had that experience in 2025. I'm hoping that that will continue in 2026. And so after we get past the dashboard, we go straight into business. No fanfare. So I go into my inbox here, and I have that there and there. I got a couple of sheets of those. These came from Cloth and Paper as well. And I ordered these. Yes, I ordered those. They did not come in a subscription box. I ordered those. And then I have some smaller kind of mini monthly calendars until I'm ready to move into my B6 in 2026. So with that said, I have this November calendar. It came from a freebie from Peanuts Planner Co. It was actually the personal size, and then I just shrunk it down to have it fit here. And I do have a disc hole punch. And so that's what I did on my own for that one. This December one, though, I wanted a little bit more space. And so this one came, it's a freebie from Sleepy Notes Club. And I'm using this one for December. This was also a personal size. And I shrunk it down as much as I could. And then I cut it for it to fit here. But you'll notice it doesn't even say the word December on it. I was supposed to write December on this side because I had to cut that word off. It was too big. Now you notice I have pages of all different sizes included in here. And I actually love that. I love that there isn't too much structure to it because my life just doesn't have that much structure. And so this really is, it just resonates with me because this is really a pure example of kind of what my life is like. I did have some additional transparent stickers or dots. And so I have those clipped here with those clips that I talked about before. Then we've got a 1 line a day. This came from Crafted Design Co. I've got that, and that's all for the front. Then we move into the other sections. So I have 3 sections. I got these dividers from Cloth and Paper. I purchased them. The 3 dividers, one of them says schedule, the other one says notes and lists, and then the third one says finances, and that's how these sections are broken out. So first we have schedule. So this is just a blank copy. I'm gonna go past that. What I've got here is a week on 2 page. Let's take this out. This page marker came from Cloth and Paper as well. It was a separate purchase. So I have from the Planner Room on Etsy a printable of a week on 2 pages. It's more of a horizontal view on the left side, and then on the right side it's just a blank lined paper. What I tend to do here in the top section, I'll either have a rolling weekly task list, which is what you see here, or I'll do a habits tracker up here. Now, what I do is if I have a habits tracker up here, then I don't track the habits on the daily. If I do a rolling weekly here, then I will track my habits on the daily inserts instead. So that's how I do it. And then also I always have a spot here for all of the videos that I'm going to load to YouTube. After that weekly comes my dailies. So I don't mind having all of my months together, but I really don't like having all of my weeks together. I want to see my 1 week, and then I want to have all of the days associated with that week behind that weekly. And then once that week is done, I can take my weekly and I can take the dailies. I can shift them to the back of my planner, and then I move on to the next week with the next 7 days associated with it. I used to be a Sunday starter. Now I'm a Monday starter. So it is definitely different. But I do like my weeklies and dailies together. That's why I'm struggling a little bit with the common planner that I have, because it has all the monthlies together, it has all the weeklies together. So I might use that weekly, but I'm probably going to have a version of a weekly in here as well. Hence the reason why I got this printable from the Planner Room. So we have this, the weekly, and then it moves into the dailies. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, what I do is, let's put this back together. I have the page marker in between the week on 2 pages. And then I use another mini clip, and I use this mini clip to clip together the days so that the day I am on is the one that I turn to first. So the way this looks when I come in the morning and start to look at my planner, I've got my page marker here, which brings me to my weekly. And then I have this mini clip here that takes me to my daily. And I can flip back and forth as I need to write in information. Once today, the 27th, is over, I'm just going to put that in there. Clip that back there, and that way come tomorrow when I come in here, I'll be able to flip to my weekly, and then when it comes time to flip to the daily, I'll flip here. So that's how that will work. All right, as I mentioned before, I am using these inserts to track my habits because this particular week I'm using this spot here as my rolling task week. So there were two daily inserts that I've been trying. One was from a daily planner insert that I got from Etsy. I swear I wish I could read what this says, but I think it says paper plans and agendas, if I'm not mistaken. And that was from Etsy. So I got this daily agenda insert from there, and it is set at CP Petitte size, which was pretty cool. I like this insert because I don't like keeping track of or having a vertical day or schedule on here, because that doesn't work for me at all. So I do like this form, but the daily wellness insert that I got from Cloth and Paper is definitely more, I'm leaning more so towards that because it tracks everything that I need. And so I did purchase these. It was a 90 pack from a Cloth and Paper, but I was trying to see if I could work on a different daily agenda so I would not have to buy that and could print out the copies as I needed them to, but that's not gonna work out. That's not. This daily wellness, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but this daily wellness is really working out for me. So I'm gonna stick with what I know works. All right, so we have that, and then as you count, you've got, today's Thursday, so that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then it moves into the weekly insert from the planner room. Again, boom, I'll fill this out, and then I have my dailies right behind it. Then I have this sheet. Again, it's another kind of, I made it into a dashboard here, and after that is where you have all of the daily inserts and weekly inserts that I've used so far in the month of November. So I tend to keep 1 month in my CP Petitte at a time. Once that month is over, then I will replace these, take these out, and start all over again in December. And I really keep this close because who knows when I'm going to have to go back to it and look or reference for information. If I don't need to reference it, when I take it out of here, I'll archive it for another month or so, and then I throw them away after that. I really like this daily wellness. As you can see, I definitely completed it every single time. It tracks everything. It tracks my goals, my check-in as far as my sleep is concerned, how I was feeling when I woke up, my water intake, my steps, my exercise, my nutrition, what I'm eating. It has space for affirmations. I tend to use the notes section as a section for jotting down any additional tasks that I might have, or sometimes it's just a note to myself. Here, I have too much money going to Bean, and that's because we've been prepping for his birthday party, and I was just a note to myself, stop spending money. If I don't use the habit tracker area, then I go ahead and add some deco there, but that's it. My to-dos, so these sheets I actually got from Amazon. They are a personal size. If you haven't guessed yet, because I've said personal size a lot, so if you haven't guessed yet, I was in a personal planner before I moved down to the CP Petitte. So I took these sheets, they were hole punch for a personal size, and I just cut them, and then I repunched them for the disc, and I'm using those. Again, different size, but I don't care. It's just a way for me to make sure that I am using all of the items that I have available, and I'm not wasting anything. Here was a routine list. This came from Cloth and Paper, and I was trying to see if this would work, but I don't really like it too much, so I'll figure out something else to do with those inserts, but I'm not going to use them. And then this was last week's weekly, and then these are the daily planner ones that I was trying out. And they were okay. They just didn't inspire me as much as that wellness insert does from Cloth and Paper. Here is a plastic insert where I have some stickers. Then we have, now we go into our notes and lists. That's our second section. This is a dashboard from a cloth and paper subscription. Then we move to some lists. All of these lists came from the planner room. It was in a bundle package and it was on sale a couple of weeks ago, so I grabbed it up. So first you see orders tracker, and here I'm keeping track of the day I ordered, what I purchased, and whether or not it's been delivered and when. Then I have a reading log, again from the planner room, reading log. I only read one book at a time. I know some people can read more than that, and great, I'm happy for you. I cannot, because my brain already has too many tabs open, and the idea of keeping track of multiple books, that doesn't sound fun to me. And then I have a movie log. So we haven't started on this yet, but we will this week, because I believe tomorrow we are going to go and see Wicked. So I will start to track here. These are recent inserts, and so we'll start to track there. I am going to keep track as far as my Bible reading is concerned, if I decide to read multiple chapters after doing the daily devotional. So what I tend to do is do a daily devotional. I read a scripture. I try to sign it in sign language. I am a sign language interpreter at my church, so I try and sign it in sign language. Then I do whatever the Bible app has as its daily motivation. It usually comes from a scripture as well. And then, but from there, if I decide, hey, I want to delve a little bit more into that chapter and that information, then I want to keep track of it here. These are from cloth and paper, and these were from a monthly insert for 2025 packet that I bought for like 70% off for cloth and paper, and I've just been repurposing the sheets in other areas. And so that's what I was doing here, because behind every monthly there is one sheet of just note paper, and so I cut it. Again, it was set for personal size, but I cut it down, and now I'm using it in the CP Petite. This is a task sheet. This came from Crafted Design Co., if I'm not mistaken. And I'm using that for some estate planning that I need to do for my dad's estate. And then we go into some blank sheets that I have from cloth and paper. And I'm using this for lists. So this list that you're seeing here is for home improvements. These are things that I have done in my home to kind of as far as home improvements are concerned. So this home is not my forever home. I'm probably going to move back to South Carolina. But with that said, I do want to track all of this stuff, the major things that I'm doing within the home to improve the value. So in 2018, I got a new drain field. I live in the country. We have a septic tank. We also have a drain field that needed to be replaced. So that was $7,000. 2020, I got a new HVAC system. That was $8,000. And then in 2024, I got a new water pipe that went from the road up all the way up to the house. And that was $4,000. And so as I still have those major improvements, I'm going to keep track. My plan is whenever I get ready to list the house to document those there, and I'm hoping that will help be a motivator for some people, and they can really see the value in purchasing this home. Here are some companies that I've purchased some deco stickers from. I'm just keeping track of those in case I want to go back to them again. Got my Christmas list. I'm going to cover that up. And then I have my 2026 goals that I'm already working on. I have 4 or 5 different categories, and I'm trying to list out the different things for those categories that I want to make sure that I accomplish next year. And then we still have some more blank inserts here from cloth and paper. And then when you get here, you'll see what you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. And I love this. And the reason why I love this is because I have it in front of my prayer list. You can't tell. This is another one of those deco sheets that I punched for the CP Petitte. And it says, you might see that word list here, but it says prayer list. So I believe praying for people every day matters. And it should be a constant thing and not something I do once in a while. So I do have a prayer list here. So just know, if I've ever told you that I'm going to pray for you, trust and believe I am. I won't share names or the prayers that I have, but just know that that is definitely happening. And then we move to our last section, and that is finances. So with the finance section, what you'll notice is we've got our monthly bills right here. It's a list. It's a half sheet that I got from cloth and paper. and it's a list of all the bills when they're due, and then the amount that I typically will contribute to that envelope within YNAB. I use the application You Need a Budget, or YNAB, for my finances for the majority of the things that I have to do. Then we have our budget by paycheck worksheets that I have. These came from, I purchased these from Peanuts Planner Co. Again, purchased in a personal size, and then I cut them down to work within the CP Petitte. And then I have purchase trackers. I got these from Cloth and Paper, and this is how I track all of my expenses, where those expenses happen, what account they happened on, and then in green, that's where I'm making payments to my credit cards. So that is it for my finance section. And then we just have a page lifter in the back, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through. If you have any if you have an EDC, please feel free to leave in the comments what you do, how you track everything, what your everyday carry is. Also, if you're a content creator and you're a planner, please leave down in the comments the name of your page. I would love to support you guys. Go and take a look at what you got going on. You came over to see what I got going on. And then let's just coordinate and collab together. All right, so then that is it. This is what my everyday carry looks like, along with my accessories, and then we are good to go. All right, I think that is it. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.